Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Frank Corbin. Today we're talking to Ezekiel Akem, the president and owner of Rally Bridge Inc. And we're talking about taxes. We're talking about paying less taxes. We're talking about business loans. We're talking about grants. We're talking about different business model and how you can do better in your business. Ezekiel, how are you doing today?
No,
Are you
I'm doing
there?
well, Frank. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good, very good. It's been a while. I've been trying to get some form of accounting, whether it's small business accounting or CPA
Okay.
firm on the podcast to discuss taxes, and it's been quite a challenge. There's only two of you in the city.
No, definitely not.
Because it seemed to be a challenge getting the accountants and on the platform to discuss our number one, if not, yeah, I would say our number one expense in wealth building or number one expense just surviving, which is
Yeah,
taxes.
taxes. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm surprised that there's not more people out here willing to discuss this. But thank you very much for coming on the platform. And my first question to you is, what inspired you to become a CPA?
Yeah, Frank, right from when I was a teenager, I've always liked, you know, understanding how businesses make money. I remember
Right.
back in the days when I was helping my aunt to run his supermarket, right? I always
Right.
like to understand the numbers, like what came in, what's going out, is my aunt actually making money? So the passion has always been there from when I was a teenager.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what led you to get into the tax form? Like to say, actually, I know to make money now. Well, how do I want to get involved in taxes to either help people make money or reduce people costs? What lead you to that direction?
I think it's more about, like I said, not just seeing the money coming in and going out, but actually understanding how the business can grow, can expand, and can how you can increase your inventory. How can you bring in more customers? How can you actually understand how your business is doing? So I think it's from that perspective that really drove my passion into accounting. And then, also the other aspect of accounting that really resonates with me more is the fact that as an accountant, you can like work anywhere. You know, like every company out there, every business out there needs an accountant, right? So it's one of
Right.
those skills that can always get you employed. You always find employment, and also you can also set up something for yourself, like what I'm doing right now. You can be self-employed and still sustain yourself.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we hear the word CPA, CGA, and we throw these words or these acronyms around. What exactly is a CPA means, and what is the main role and responsibility as a CPA towards a company or individual?
Okay, yeah. So CPA, it means a chartered professional accountant. So and then CA before prior to consolidating all the three different accounting bodies, there was three. So there was the CGA, right? The and then there was a CMA and there was a CA. And then a couple of years ago, I believe that was 8 or 9 years ago, they decided to consolidate all those bodies into one, and that was how the CPA was born, right? So when as a CPA, it all depends on what type of organization you're involved with, and what the organization wants you to do. Like for instance, when I started as a CPA, I was working at TD as a financial analyst. So financial
Right,
analyst, basically you focus on the budgeting, forecasting, and you also help to present financial reports to senior management, and also do some variance analysis and all this stuff. Actuals to budget, actuals to forecast, right?
right.
And so it's like forward looking. You're looking at the future, like projections, what's going to happen in the near future, right? And then what do we plan that was going to happen, and what actually happened. So essentially, that's what you do as a financial analyst. And then also for smaller companies, a CPA can be a controller, where you look
Right.
at the entire accounting department. So you're managing accounts receivable, accounts payables. You're managing the general ledger. You're also managing the relationship with banking relationships, right? And also taking care of the monthly financial statements.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
so it all depends.
right. Excellent. So, of course, like with any industry, there's a wide range of what you can do and what you cannot do.
Yeah.
So my question is, what area of business or taxes do you specialize in?
Okay. And so for me, I specialize in so corporate income tax, HST as well, and also payroll. I do payroll as well, and then
Hmm.
and that's mostly for medium and so small and medium mid-sized businesses. And then I also
Right.
help them with business loans and grants applications. Yeah.
Nice. Hmm. Nice. And we can
And
talk about
also
that some more
recently,
because
I
that's
have
quite exciting
clients
because
that
a
I'm
lot of
also
business
assisting
out
them with.
here.
Yes, sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, recently I also have clients that I'm assisting them with Shred.
Yeah, a
So
lot of
Shred
business
is
out here. What is that?
no, Shred is scientific research and experimental development. So it's a program that's administered by the
Okay.
CRA. So it helps businesses that are engaged in
Okay.
research and development to get credits from the government and some tax deductibles as well.
Okay, excellent. We can talk about that some more as well. We can talk about that.
Okay.
We can talk about grants. We can talk about business loans because a lot of business out here are struggling financially and having lacking of capital, which prevent them from growing to the next level. So, how long you been running business in Canada or in the GTA area?
So I started as a chartered accountant doing my own practice, running my own practice in 2014.
Nice, nice. You've been around
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
So let me ask you this. What are some of the common mistakes you've seen businesses making today and how do you avoid them?
I think the number one mistake that I've seen a lot of businesses make is they try to be how can I put it? They try to lowball when it comes to finding the right accountant, right? They just want to go for whatever is cheap out there, right? They forgot that they're actually losing a lot of money by taking that route. Yeah, that's number
Right.
one mistake. And number
Yeah.
two mistake is a lot of times businesses don't owners just focus on getting the taxes filed. They don't really see the need to understand how the business is doing. Like they don't really want to understand the metrics in the industry and how they're doing vis-a-vis other, their competitors in the industry.
Understand the matrix of the industry. Is this something that you assist with as well?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Okay. So that is pretty interesting that you mentioned that. 'Cause oftentimes I would interview people and I ask them industry questions and sometimes they have a problem answering it. That means they really don't know. They just
Yeah,
focus on income and
yeah,
expense of their
exactly.
operation.
Yeah,
So I'm actually confirming what you're saying.
yeah,
But in any business, you need to understand your industry, your
yeah,
competition, your
yeah,
trend, all that stuff you need to know, and that's
yeah.
something that you assist them to understand. So does that mean that you actually do business plans as well and survey plans?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
Because there's one
Excellent.
thing that I missed out. So I also assist companies to raise funds, so equity capital, not just debt capital, even equity capital as well. And equity capital, then we have to do business plans and all those fancy stuff. Yeah,
Right. Right.
investor
So you
deck.
have to raise
Yeah, all
capital
those
as
stuff.
well.
Yeah.
So you're a very busy man.
Well,
you know,
I try to be, but how it is. You're always seeking opportunities.
yeah.
Always still has to seek opportunities if you want to get busy all the time.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah,
over the years, we have a lot of people who come to us with this $50 software to get the taxes done. And I'm thinking, you're really cheating yourself. Get me for the human experience. We can actually sit and have a conversation with our accountant, someone like yourself, a professional,
yeah,
where you can explain to them their industry. Like, for instance, my accounting firm I work with, they're a hub. So when I go and sit and talk to my accountant, I spend about 3 to 4 hours every year talking to my accountant.
yeah.
And that's because he can tell me what's going on in everybody's business that's linked to my industry and the
Yes,
trend he's seeing.
yeah,
And that's important to me. So
yes,
my
yes.
accountant fill me in and say, what's going on in this business? What's going on in that business? If I want to buy into an industry I don't know, he does the research for me and say, look
Yeah,
at take what's going on here, Frank. I'm seeing guys coming here and they're doing this and they're doing that, and this is the results they're getting, or these ones they're not getting.
yeah,
Okay. So I think it's very important that people understand to have a human experience. If you're serious about building wealth, talk to a
yeah,
professional like yourself and get rid of that stupid $50 software. You're trying to put numbers in and spit something back out and give you a tax
yeah,
return.
yeah,
Now, here's the thing. Now, and this is what I'm a fault a lot of accountants for. I'm not because I've never dealt with you professionally, so I don't know how you operate. Do you sit and create a tax reduction plan for the next year for your clients?
Absolutely, and not all of them though, because okay, I have clients that have put me on a retainer. So that the clients that I
Yeah.
spend a lot of my times working on the accounts, right? Because of course
Yeah.
I'm on a
Hmm.
retainer. So I really
Yeah.
take my time to do tax planning for them to identify because the business evolves, right? The stems were like one of my clients right now. He used to run a tech company that was also selling tech gadgets, and then now he decided to create a platform where he's doing like it's like the Expedia of shipping, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's a
Yeah.
completely different business. So right now, I'm busy trying to figure out how we can, maneuver the taxes and save and cut back on taxes, and also how to better position his business to compete with other businesses in the industry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for today. We're talking to Ezekiel Akem, the owner, president of Rely Bridge Inc. We're talking about tax reduction. We're talking about business. We talk about business planning. We soon will be talking about grants and loans and different things. If folks want to get access to you, Ezekiel, tell them your contact information number, please. Go ahead. Are you there?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
there,
I'm here,
Ezekiel?
Frank. Yes, so they can
Just
reach me
that.
at 416 841 So it's 416 841 3999. And also,
Excellent.
they can also reach us on our website, to our website on relibridge.com. So RELI bridge one way.com. Yeah, and then on our website, you can
ReallyBridge.com.
find all the details that you need to reach me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, we talking to folks. I'm going to interview a CPA today on the platform, and this guy is very busy. He's active. He does business planning. He does business grant and business loans. And everyone wants to know, how do the average small business get a business grant?
Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to grants, Frank, I'll be honest with you. I mostly don't look at the all the advertised grants. The ones that if you go on Google, you find them. No. I don't spend time on this because the competition is very intense, right? So I
Right.
go for the grants that
Mhm.
are not advertised. And also,
Right.
before I go into a grant, I've already understand how it works and the criteria, because that's number one thing. You don't
Mhm.
just spend your time applying for a grant if you don't meet the criteria. And
Right.
also, if you know that you don't have the right documentation that they want to see, right? Because most of the time, the grants, they want to understand what you want to do with that money, right? And also, you have to have a
Right.
track record. What have you done in the past, right? The funds that you've gotten in the past, what have you done with those? Because they want to understand the intent of the funds that you're seeking for, and it makes sure that
Right.
you're going to use it the right way.
Okay, so again, folks, he's saying even if you get the grant or you get applying for the grant givers want to know your level of accountability. What you're gonna do
Yes.
with that money? Is it gonna better your
Yeah.
business, or are you gonna take off
Yeah.
to a vacation in the island?
Yeah, yeah. And most of them actually ask for a report. After you've utilized that money, they'll
Right.
request for report to see how the money was spent.
So they want to see some accounting on
Yeah,
this.
accountability. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very important. Because we see a lot of firms out here, they get grant money or they get free money, and we count them as free money. And when they don't account response for that money, they get penalized.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you will get penalized. So, as a brand new business, a person has a brand new business. Is there grants and loans available for them? Because that's the number one problem we find in the community. Brand
Yeah.
new businesses has very little or no capital. How do they
Okay.
get access to grants or loans to get
Hmm.
the business going? That means they
Yeah.
have no track record as yet.
Yeah.
They're brand new, 6 months or less into business. Is there anything out there for them, Ezekiel?
That's a good question. So, Frank, there's two different strategies that I always advise clients if you're brand new. Number one,
Mhm.
don't just go and set up a new brand new corporation. Just buy an existing corporation. There's a lot of corporations that you can buy for dead cheap. It's like next to nothing, right? A corporation that has been, because most of the guys, they want to see that you've been in business for like 2 years. When they say being in business for 2 years, it doesn't mean that you have to generate a profit, no, or generate a revenue. No, it's just from when was business established, right? So you can just buy like a shell company, business that has no revenues, no expense, right? And use that instead of registering something brand new. right? That's the one
Now you
strategy.
see,
Yeah,
now you see why I like to talk to professionals. Okay, because
yeah,
everybody go. I can go online. I can incorporate my business for a couple of dollars myself. I don't need
yeah,
an accountant. I don't need anyone to
yeah.
tell me this. So here's the thing, folks. This is where profession becomes valuable. He's saying rather than going and start a new corporation, buy a shell corporation, and you have 2 years of history or
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
and you can start applying doing business in that time frame. Now, you've been around a while, so you're very experienced. What is the average cost for shell corporation, Ezekiel?
It mostly depends on the number of years that have been in operation, and also if the books are in order as when it comes to CRA compliance. So those ones that are in compliance and also have a little bit of revenue and stuff, like between 5 and 10K, you can get something decent.
So let's do the numbers here. So I go out and I buy a corporation for $5,000. Okay,
Yeah,
it's been around for 2 3 years in business. What is
yeah.
my direct access to loans and grant? Now, what kind of number I'm looking at? Because again, as an entrepreneur, I'm looking at fair trade for my value. So I buy a
Yeah.
corporation, I spend 5 grand versus $200 to start it myself. So I spend 5 grand to buy a shell corporation. What is my direct access to funds that I'm looking at, ballpark wise?
Okay, when it comes to grants, you'll be depending on what kind of business you're running. If it's a not for profit, there's a bunch of them out there. But if it's a for profit business, also they still have a bunch of grants that are available. And to be honest, there's a lot of 5 to 10,000 grants that you can easily get. Like I said, the ones that are not advertised, right? And I have myself, I have like a list of those, or like 100 of them, because I've been doing it for a long time, so I have like database of all of them. They're not advertised, right? So you can search
Right.
all you can, but you're not gonna find them. But I know because I've been doing
Right.
it for so long, so I have a database of those guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
5 to 10K is very easy to get. So as you can see, if you buy a corporation for 5K, you can easily get 10, like even 25K. If you apply to like 10 of those, worst case scenario, you can get like half of them, right? So you can make like 20, 25K. You've gotten your money back.
Immediately. Wow.
Yeah.
This seems so simple and so easy. The question is, why aren't most people going this direction as you explained here?
Because like I said, they just Googling and just applying to what they see, right? What the ones that
Yes,
I
yes.
apply to, they're not advertised. The ones that you Google or see, you're not the only one that's Googling, right? So you're not the only
Right.
one using Google. So there's like thousands of you guys applying for grants. And remember, all these grants, they're on budgets, right? For instance, a company can say they only have like $1 million to spend on grants for the year. And you applying when they really spend like 950K or 960K, and they're already trying to restrict a lot of the applications that they get. So
Excellent.
yeah,
So there's also some folks out here saying, well, why do I need to incorporate? If I incorporate, I got to pay higher tax, higher accounting to get my taxes done. Why not just run it as a self-employed? What's the difference or the benefits of being a self-employed and as not self-employed, sole proprietor
by the way,
versus incorporation? What are the benefits? Go ahead.
there are lots of benefits. Let me start from the legal side of things. From the legal side of things, as you're aware, there's you take full liability if you're sole proprietor. But if it's
Correct.
a corporation, the liability rests on the corporation. So your personal assets are safe from any litigation or whatsoever. So I think for me, that's the priority, number one priority. You want to make sure that your personal assets are, stay outside of your business. And then when it comes to the monetary side of things, if you were a corporation, your tax, your average tax, you're looking at about 9 to 11%. However, if you want to do a sole proprietor, obviously it's going to be an individual tax rate, right? So it's going to
Right.
be average tax rate. You're looking at about if you don't have a lot of credits, probably like 25 to 30, 35%, depending on your income. So you can see the
Right.
gap, huge, very huge gap. Yeah,
Yeah. Use more tax
yeah,
expense with the same level
yeah,
of revenue, you're saying.
exactly.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
also, as a
Now,
corporation, there's a lot of different tax incentives that are available out there that you can utilize to cut back on your taxes.
now with the population changing via immigration, there's a lot of folks coming from all over the world, and with more people in the marketplace, there's more customer. There's also more business competition. What are the current trend or future trend you've seen affecting small business here in the GTA?
Uh, To be honest, that that's a tricky one because I think that the number one thing that it's not just the immigration that's going to impact businesses, but technology. I think
Mm-hmm.
if I'm a small business, I want to future proof my business when it comes to technology because I want to make sure
Right.
that I go with the flow. I want to make sure that I'm up to date when it comes to technology because it's not just the immigration, right? The immigration,
Mm-hmm.
yes, the customers are out there, but are you positioning your business in a way that you're able to compete? Because as you all know, as
Right.
times goes by, we're becoming very how can I in quotes I'm not going to use the word lazy, but we want things that are easy, right? Consumers
Yeah.
want things
Yeah.
like they want an easy life, right? Nobody wants to
Yes.
be have to do a lot of work to buy from you,
Right.
right? So that's the trend that
Right.
I am seeing. You want to make sure that you future proof your business when it comes to technology.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So let's get back to accountants again. What is the first or most misconception people get when working with a CPA like yourself?
I think the misconception that a lot of people, clients get is that they expect it's always about the fee. They're expecting that the fee should be relative to what they've paid in the past to the other accountants. So a lot
Right.
of them don't really know the difference between just an accountant with a degree in accounting and few years of experience and a CPA, chartered professional accountant. So they're
Mm-hmm.
expecting that if the accountant that they've used in the past, if they were paying them $500 for a tax return, there's no way you can be charging them $1,000.
Right.
They expect it to be close to that $500, maybe 600 or maybe $400 or even less. So
Right.
that's the misconception that I've seen over the years.
Okay, excellent. So they don't understand the value that the CPA
Yes,
bring to the table, which
yes,
can
yes,
even not only save you money this year, but future year by creating a proper tax plan
yeah,
program for you.
yeah.
What are the number one thing you see even just people are missing when it comes to filing their personal income tax from the family perspective? What are they not doing that you think they should be doing? This one simple tip. Give them a freebie. This one.
Oh, I think when it comes to personal income and benefit returns, a number
Mm-hmm.
one mistake that I've seen happening is couples filing separately. A lot of times you see couples. I don't know the main reason, but if couples file together, they actually get a lot of savings on the tax. They get a lot. The tax refund is always higher compared to when they file separately. So that's the number one tip
Excellent.
that I
So
can give.
number one, to
Yeah,
file your taxes together,
yeah, as a
it gives
couple.
you more tax deduction
Yes,
as a family, as a couple.
yeah.
Okay, excellent. What is the number one, or not number one, the most memorable business advice you ever received, and how did it shape your career?
Okay. I think the number one business advice that I've received was one of my mentors. They did mention that it's not business is not just all about focusing on the money, but relationship. And and the only number one ingredient when it comes to building relationship is being able to manage your temperament, right?
Right.
Because and I've seen that occur so many times in the different businesses that I do, because I'm an accountant, but I also manage we also running a mining project in South Africa. So I've had
Mm-hmm.
experiences when someone you give money to on the, to execute a project, and then that
Right.
project doesn't get completed, and you're like frustrated, and you feel like just venting out and just calling them names and stuff. But then I started to put myself together based on the advice that I've gotten in the past. And
Yes.
then, to my amazement, that same individual brings you a very solid connection that actually propels your business forward.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We always used to say in business, um, don't be don't be too alarmed if the dud bring you a stud.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dud is someone that you have very little value of, but
Yeah.
they can have access to a stud, someone that you need as a good networking connection to you. So sometimes the duds bring you studs.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. You kind of be respectful of people, no matter who they
Yes.
are
No
or
matter
what they
what. Yeah.
do or what they did wrong to you. And
Yeah.
you never know when the tables turn around when that person can
Yeah.
impact your life positively.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's very good. That's very good. Now, let's folks hear your direct access again if they want to get a few things: business loans, they want to get a business plan done, they want to get access to some of these grants you have in your secret back pocket and you won't tell anyone other than yourself. So
Uh,
tell folks how they can get access to you, and even how they can get access to you in order to apply or start the process of getting
yeah.
these grants and loans. Go ahead.
Okay, like I said, number one, they can just go on our website, relibridge.com. So RELI and bridge, one word.com. It's yeah, it's
Mhm.
on the flyer. And also they can reach me through my cell phone, which is 416-841-3999. So 416-841-3999.
Excellent. They do tax. Ezekiel is promising you're going to pay less tax by doing business with him. You're going to understand your business model even more. You're going to do the research to show you can grow your business. And more important, Ezekiel, you know, a lot of folks out here, and you probably meet a lot of them. A lot of businesses don't have a solid business plan. I've been in
Yeah,
business for years. Have you
yeah.
experienced that?
Absolutely, a lot of times, yeah. And again, the main reason is because when they hear how much it will cost to do a business plans, they don't want to spend that money. Yeah, they don't want to spend
Right.
that money. And I'll be honest
And,
with you,
and
Frank, that's why you
huh?
see a lot of small businesses they remain small for decades. It's like
Right.
they don't have any plan to grow. You just remain small, one pop shop. They don't look about expansion, like owning multiple locations. You
Yes.
know? Yeah.
And this is where the business plan come in to separate a
Yes.
small business to a growing potential big business. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah. It's
Yeah. So
absolutely.
folks, contact Ezekiel. He can help you in a step-by-step process towards stabilizing your business, growing the business, and paying less taxes. I'm a big fan of hiring professionals, especially when it comes to my tax reduction, paying less taxes. Your number one expense. You're gonna pay tax when you're alive. You're gonna pay tax before you're born. You're gonna pay tax when you die. When you move on, which you notice already, Ezekiel, your estate
Mhm.
gonna be paying tax upon
Yeah.
tax upon tax upon
Yeah.
tax. It never stops.
Yeah.
So if you want to transfer wealth to your kids, it's going to be taxed. so so understanding the tax system, hiring professional who can guide you in a step-by-step process for taxes is very, very important. Any last final words you want to leave with this, folks, before we wrap it up, Ezekiel?
Yeah. So what I would like to say is they shouldn't undermine the value that a qualified accountant brings to the business. As like you rightly mentioned, it's not just the taxes, but also leaving a legacy for your kids, right? You have to have that vision of
Excuse me. Yeah.
setting up a
Mhm.
company that even in your absence, things will still,
Mhm.
run the right way, and then also being able to scale the business.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And one final thing. We talk about the CRA, SR, and ED
Yeah.
programs, and how does that affect Black business owners?
Okay. Yeah. So Frank, when it comes to we call it SHRED for
It's
short.
called
So it's a scientific
SRED,
ED. Yeah. So we call
SR
it SHRED.
and ED.
Yes.
Okay, shred.
Yeah,
Mhm.
SHRED. So the full meaning is scientific research and experimental development. So it's like
Right,
research and development. Yeah. So
right.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of folks are leaving money on the table. And if I tell you the amount of money, you'll be amazed. It's a lot of money.
Wow.
So, for instance, if you are spending 100K a year on payroll, you're potentially
Right.
leaving about 80 to 120K on the table
Wait.
that you could have
Hold on
got.
a second. Hold on a second, man. You're going too fast. Hold on a second.
Okay.
So you're saying if I'm spending 80 to $100,000 in payroll expenses,
Yeah.
how am I leaving 120
Mhm.
on the table? You mean I can be getting back $120,000 per
Yes.
year?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. How am I doing that?
So the shred program is two.
Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Wow. So I'm getting the tax deduction without the costs, out of pocket costs that you're saying, large out of pocket costs. Wow, excellent, folks. Right, which affords you a higher tax credit back into your business pocket. Thank you very much, folks. We've been talking to Ezekiel Akem from Raleigh Bridge Inc., a CPA firm located in the GTA, helping you pay less taxes, understand your business model even more, growing your business, getting better tax return grants, and so on. Um, yeah. So if you want access to some of these programs that myself and Ezekiel talk about, feel free to contact him. His phone number is 416-841-3999. Yeah. Why are you young and rich? My name is Frank Corbin again, showing you in a step-by-step model how you can not only grow your wealth. We have Ezekiel today that shows how to reduce the taxes in your business and in business in different form, from income tax, estate tax, corporate tax, personal tax. The only thing he said is don't use that $50 tax software. I'm out. Have a good day. Yeah, take care. All right.